Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. This is it. It's time for 80s Electro Breakdance Party. Great to see you all. And we've got a conflict of various tunes coming in, I think. There we go. Yeah, I've got so much to share with you today, including a new playlist. Well, the beginnings of a new playlist, because I wanted to broaden our normal musical menu that we play throughout the show. If you're new, we talk retro, we talk games, movies, music, and of course anything to do with 80s and 90s culture. But we also play tunes, and I've got a new playlist for you folks, which I'm really excited about. Hello, Into the City. Hey there, Tiny Devil Games. Good to see you, Ken. You and I must talk this week. Loads of stuff, cool stuff to talk about. Addicted to Retro. How you doing? John Boy 2078. Hello to everybody else. Have a quick look in the aggregated chat. To Sekimundos. That's just starting to aggregate. Hello to Instagram as well. If you're there on Instagram, Joseph Bryan, Matt Hayes Music, Azariad, Underground Ninja, Toy Assassin. You got some great names. Hey, Halu Fitness, Wellness rather. Scooby is there. Some of you that have had a little look when the intro sequence plays, you may well be wondering what this is all about. Well, Kev Flash, how you doing? First time chat. Hello, hello, hello. I Quail. Hello to you too. Lovely to see you. Yeah, both joining from Twitch. Rob H has just joined from YouTube. What I should say is that the music that we play is normally associated with 80s and 90s, as I said. That is the kind of thing I'm going to go. That is the kind of standard for the tunes that we play here on Way of the Exploding Show. But I'm stretching to a new genre, and it is a 90s genre. I've created a UK garage playlist, and I'm really excited to share some of the tunes with you. Just let me know if the level's all right. I've been listening to a lot of UK garage and 90s house, and I thought that would be nice. We'd mix it up a little bit. We're normally quite 80s, aren't we? We're quite sort of synth pop. Good to see you, Rob. Good evening, everyone. Hi, Eds. How you doing? I was trying to watch the opening of this show on the Instagram feed, and I did find it. The timing kept changing, so do let me know if that's happening, folks. Hi, Mikey PWHUFC. Have I just massacred that name? I hope not. Hi, Marnie. How you doing? Yay! Great to see you. Thanks for joining, Marnie. Alex Lannon, Dave Budgeon, Dogfather. Ah, that's not the Dogfather, as in the guy I met in Skegness. Oh, nice tune. I like that. What do you think to the UK garage? A little bit different, isn't it? So we just move this over here. Yo, Kev Flash. So you're a fan of the Gadget Show podcasts? Epic. And you're a DJ by the looks of things from your message in chat on Twitch. Of course, we go out, if you've just joined, live simultaneously on Twitch X, which is really exciting because they've now got a video tab. So I'm interested to see if we pick up some more viewers tonight since X launched a video tab. Is the video tab on X, by the way, some of my hardcore chatters, has it launched in the UK? I know it launched in the US on the weekend, and I was using a VPN to enable me to have a look at it, and I haven't thought to look if it's available in the UK yet. Can you tell me in chat, is there a new play button next to Grok, the AI on the X platform, if you're coming to me from X? And also, does this show come up on that tab? Like, are they also, as well as doing a kind of nod to TikTok, which is what they've done. If you're hearing this for the first time, you should check it out. It's really interesting. They're also following the kind of Reels, kind of a TikTok flick thing. But I wonder if they're bringing live content, that there is a lot of which there is on X, to that button. I'm interested to know. Hello, Young Condrew, Richard Newbund, Bald, Hick, Man-Made, good to see you. So Eds did join on Insta, but you've popped over to X. I'm interested to see how that's going. Insta, all right, let's have a look. Watch the Gadget Show podcast. Oh, yeah, I've read that already. Ed's Insta is delayed. Hi, Jason. Hi, Ian. Good to see you. How's your music project going? Ian, it's going brilliantly. Absolutely brilliantly. And this week we've been testing cameras and looking at new locations. And would you believe, rewriting the scripts yet again. Yes, Ken. I know you'll be like, what? Don't worry. Pretty sure. Yeah, nothing affects you, brother, in terms of your huge contribution to the project. You're good. But we've just been tightening it up because the director keeps giving us really good notes. That's me and Mark Felgate, the co-writer of Control AI Delete. So I might just bring it in so that you know where it is. There you go. Control AI Delete. If this is the first you're hearing of it, it's a movie that was funded on Kickstarter by no less than 800 people, just south of 800 people. And we're filming it in, 12 weeks time. Anyway, by the way, I'm pretty sure I said this last week. If you're one of the Kickstarter funders of this movie, Tiny Devil Games said, I'll have to give it a look over. I'll send it to you. Well, I'd send it to you tomorrow, but we're still tightening one of the characters. Basically, what we've done is we've reduced the main cast, all right, so that we can afford to accommodate everyone, and we can keep the narrative nice and tight, and we can, to a certain extent, consolidate some of the locations. This is the movie that I've just brought the URL up to here, funded by viewers of this show and people that follow me on X and Instagram. It's incredible. What a great project. What an honor it is to be making this movie for everyone. It's an 80s comedy. Well, it's set in the modern day, but it's like an 80s comedy, like a buddy movie about an AI that goes rogue and a bunch of retro gamers who use retro gaming consoles and computers from the 80s and 90s to fight back. It's called Control AI Delete. If you've not seen it already, check it out. There you go. I've got my new playlist. I couldn't find my cheers button. Anyway, there you go. Tiny Devil Games. I'll get that over to you in the next couple of days when it's actually finished, bro. There we go. Another 90s garage tune. If you like the playlist tonight, and this is not a punt. I'm not sponsored. I'm not pushing it. It won't cost you anything. You can go to Epidemic Sound. I believe you can go to Epidemic Sound and you can listen to the tunes without, I don't know, maybe you can't, maybe you have to have an account there. But anyway, it's copyright-free music, so it's great for content creators and the like. And the catalogue, as you can tell, is absolutely brilliant. Putty Cat, how you doing? Great to see you. Hello, Lucy, on the YouTube platform. Putty Cat on Twitch. Ed's, of course, on X. Good to see you all. So, yeah, we've got loads of cool stuff. How's it looking on X? Can someone tell me, Ian? How's it looking? Ed's and Ian, my exes in chat. If you're in chat right now, if you're watching but you're not chatting, chat away. It would be great to see you. I can see some of your chat here because I've got a very posh teleprompter thing, which is in front of me. It's dead cool. So I'll show you it. I'll show you. Hang on, I'll show you. I'll take a picture of the teleprompter. Okay, this is what it looks like. Now, if I hide my face, it should focus. Hang on, let me just get to the tool. Get there. How cool is that? How cool is that? We've got all the gadgets. And absolutely no idea. Looking good this end. Sharp, is it good? Yeah. Yeah, I'm enjoying. I know that some of my chat aren't fans of X. I get it. Everyone is welcome here. But I obviously have a lot of followers. I have 250,000 followers, or just below that, on X. I've had some incredible years on X. It's been really good to me, and I like the platform, and I love the people, and it's particularly good for retro gaming content. But there's enough platforms to support everyone in all kinds of ways, both technologically and in terms of their political persuasion. So forgive me if I'm enthusiastic about the fact that X has just introduced a new video platform because they're pushing video. But I should just say something very, very important. Putty Cat has just subscribed on Twitch for 14 months. That is incredible. You subscribed for 14 months. Absolutely incredible, man. Incredible. Hi, Stu. Thank you, Putty Cat. And who else have we got there? I've said hello to most people. Quick drop in on the extra crowd. Let me just scoot back, see if anyone's been saying anything. I've had a thumbs up from Mikey. Do say hello. I know that the Insta platform is experiencing some lag, which is a real shame. Ed's told me that. And I noticed myself, because when I got set up and I had the pre-roll, I was going to get a cup of tea. And I take my phone with me so that I don't end up doing what I've done once before in about 50 shows, which is not being the seat when the show started. So I use the phone so I can see where the countdown, the kind of the video sequence, pre-titles, whatever you want to call them, what position they're in. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I went to get a cup of tea. And right, third tune in our new playlist. My only worry is I've only got 5 tunes in the new playlist. Don't worry, we've got the old playlist there as well. It's decidedly 90s flavour. This is going to sound good. I know it's going to drop, and it's going to drop. Let's do it. When this drops, I think it's going to sound good. We're going to talk Toy Fair, ladies and gentlemen. Brand new toys, tech, gadgets from the London Toy Fair that I visited this week, including one special piece of tech right after this tune. Like that. Come on. Oh, that's the master volume. You don't touch that. God damn. What am I doing? We do not want to affect the master volume, Jason. Oh, yeah, come on. Oh. How's that volume for you, peeps? Let me know in chat. Let's drop a filter into that. Come on. Let's drop a filter in. Yow. Do. Device. Mix that up. Oh, come on, baby. Unlike a DJ deck, person in chat that's a DJ from earlier, I used Ableton, because then you can drop your own software effects like this. Let's do it. Oh! Oh man, this is good, baby. Yeah! Alright, enough of that. Okay, where are we? Hey, Gadgets John, how you doing? Gadgets John, big fan, man. Good to see you. Kevin Pullman Photography on Insta. You should review mini PCs. I have a Geekon PC, which is awesome. Oh. Damn. I'm supposed to be focused on the show, but this tune is doing things. Ian Ansell was never a garage fan. Rave, though. Rock, grunge, and Britpop. Alright, sounds good. Okay, good. We're good. I'm going to have to turn this down because it is distracting me. Okay. Oh. Alright. I can't concentrate. It's too good. What do we think? Do you like this? Oh! Oh my god, that was just ridiculously good. Alright, back to business. There you go. It's like a Craig David tune, isn't it? Right, Toy Fair, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I was there on, what was it? Wednesday, I think. Some great stuff. That mini kind of Lego style beatbox, and there's actually a CRT screen behind it. I'll come back to that. This is a reminder to tell you, oh my god, it's really interesting. The world of toy franchises has changed. We're still talking about the likes of Marvel and, you know, Minecraft is big still. Pac-Man is a big franchise. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But you know what really surprised me? The new franchises that are really getting everyone excited for board games and, you know, plushes and t-shirts and all that sort of stuff. It's all YouTube stuff, and it's all sort of TikTok memes. It's amazing. What you're looking at in a minute is a Halloween costume based around something called Skibidi Toilet. Let me know in chat. Write Skibidi Toilet in chat if you know what the hell I'm talking about. Obviously, I've got teenagers, so I know these things. Man, it's the most random thing, and yet things like that are really popular. No idea, says Putty. Isn't that interesting? No idea. I'm sure the Instagram crowd, all very artistic, won't be down with Skibidi Toilet at all. My 15-year-old daughter is obsessed with it, says Cookie Chatbot Dev. Isn't that funny? I said 14, you said 15. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, it's just like some ridiculous thing. It's like this sort of character inside a toilet with a silly song that goes with it. And yet they're actually making merchandise about it. Anyway, enough of that. What I did want to focus on is this incredible wooden Pac-Man game. It's the best thing I saw at the show. It's not the best thing I saw at the show. You're going to see that in a minute on video. But it's beautiful. Look at that handmade look, out of wood. Each of those, the board itself, the ghosts, Pac-Man, and the maze elements, you use them strategically. It's a really clever idea. I don't know if anyone else recognizes the game. It's based on another game where you kind of box characters in, sort of like Go, or kind of a bit chess-like actually. But they've done a Pac-Man version of it, but it works so well because those barriers are like the maze in Pac-Man. So you're building a maze around your opponent. You play either Pac-Man or the ghosts. You have slightly different advantages and disadvantages based on which character type you've chosen. It's two-player. You can go exit off the board like you can and come back on the other side. You move, I think it's 2 spaces. I can't remember. And it was enthralling, absolutely enthralling. They do a smaller version of that. I should really know what it's called, shouldn't I? Can anyone help me out, find out what it's called? We've got I can't put that tune back on. I'll never be able to focus. There we go. That's one of the first ones in my new UK Garage 90s playlist. Pac-Man wooden game, say board game, toy fair. You have to say London. Because of course Nuremberg is happening. Is it next week? There we go. It's called yes, right. So the board game it's based on, you may have said this in chat because I've been googling. It's called Corridor, and that's spelt with a Q and a U. Corridor. All right. And what they've made is a version of this amazing game called Corridor, but they've used the Pac-Man IP, and it works so well. It's so playable. 8+. You can buy a small version of it. I think it was like less than 50 quid. So good. Supersonic Jim's in the house. Good to see you. One of the highlights of the show. Right, but I did say there was something else that I was particularly excited about, and I'm going to turn down the sound for that because I am talking through this video. You'll recognize it. I got hands on, folks. This is all the video I got, though, which I'm really excited about. It's just me. Woohoo! Oh, whoa! Here it is. Here it is. So I did a video, as you probably know, about this portable Atari machine, and now I've actually got it in my hands at the London Toy Fair, which I'm absolutely blown away. There's the spinner. Look, that I talked. Well, here's the trackball that I talked about. There's the spinner. Oh wow, love it. It's beautiful to hold. Really good quality build. Beautiful big screen. Oh man, the spinner feels really good. The trackball feels especially good. So we're talking about the Atari Game Station Go, which I believe I featured on this very channel a few weeks ago. I actually ended up making a kind of TikTok video out of it. And it was funny because I went on this stand and it was actually kind of almost under the counter, kind of gathering dust. One thing that we covered here, if I can find it, I don't know if I can actually, is they're also the same company. They're also making like standalone Bluetooth controllers that have Atari controls on them, including the spinner and the trackball. So that could be good if you're into retro gaming. If you've got a portable that you can connect a Bluetooth peripheral to, you can get a trackball and spinner onto games like, well, missile defense. I've gone thick. Just lost my brain. Hang on. Missile defense. That's the name of the game, isn't it? Oh my God. Or was it Missile Commander? The 80s game. The 80s game. What am I talking about? Let me know in chat. You help me out here. Arcanon is another one. Breakout, you could use the spinner for. Pong. Some of the new variations. Missile Command. Sorry, Kooky Chatbot Dev. What was I thinking then? That was embarrassing, wasn't it? Let me just turn this music back up. So, really good. The build quality is excellent. I can say it's going to be great. It comes with 200 games. I think you know this because I kind of covered it, didn't I? I covered it already. Have I got images here? I can't see them. Got a switch there. No, I deleted it from a few weeks ago. Anyway, great work. Atari Game Station Go. It feels beautiful. Just bring it on. I'm definitely buying it because I love the Atari games. I'm such a fan of kind of bat and ball games. Massive fan. Arkanoid. I said Arcanon, didn't I? Arkanoid. Breakout. Some of the new variants of Breakout that came with the Atari 50 collection that I've got on the Steam Deck. I could get one of those joysticks that they're making in that same sort of mold, and I could Bluetooth it, couldn't I, to the Steam Deck. It'd be absolutely brilliant. Anyway, I'm getting a bit put off by these new tunes because they're all novel. They feel quite exciting to me. Centipede, yeah, you can play Centipede. I didn't see anything by Iron Studios. In Answer, what do they make? Let me know and I'll tell you. Shame Heat Boys weren't at the event there. TMNT Mecha is exceptional. That's interesting. That's really... So, yeah, there was lots of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff there. It was a really big IP, actually. Really enjoyed it. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, good. So that is the Toy Fair. Hope you enjoyed it. Marvellous, marvellous, marvellous. Got a great quiz for you, and I need to kind of finish on time, if not a little bit before tonight, for various family reasons. So you'll be pleased to know I think we're gonna kind of get on with the quiz. We'll just make sure that everyone's working. That Insta is still there. How you doing over in Instaland? Lovely. Great to see you. Thank you so much. Oh, is there Gadgets, John? Yeah, you're still there. Great. All right, good stuff. Right, let's get the quiz started tonight, folks. So if you've not started the quiz, if you've not played the quiz before, then I should tell you that. Just bear with me. I should tell you that the quiz it's like an honesty quiz. So it's a bunch of 80s and 90s related questions, but sometimes with a modern twist to them. But if you're down with the 80s or the 90s, then you're in good company. You're going to do well in the quiz. You state your preference. I'm going to give you a question and 4 possible answers, one of which is true. You say which of the 4 you think is the true one. But don't get all, super confident in chat and try and convince everyone that you absolutely know 100% sure this is right, because that ruins them. It ruins it for everyone else. And at the end, we have a kind of race to the finish. And I reckon we're going to get some 10 out of 10ers. So good luck to you tonight. This could be your lucky night. Okay. Right. Question number 1. In tonight's Way of the Exploding quiz. In which year did The Big Breakfast first air on Channel 4? The Big Breakfast. 80s or 90s? And if so, exactly what year? Yo, Bruce, how you doing, man? Good timing. In which year did The Big Breakfast air on Channel 4? Okay, so there you go. 1989, 1990, 1991, 1992, whatever year you think, pop it in the chat like Skewy Cat, Bruise, Addicted, iQuail, Tiny Devil Games has done. Stick with the quiz to the end and I'll do the rundown from questions 1 to 10 as we find out what your scores are. I shout out everyone. It's loads of fun. Hello, Ellie Lou. How you doing on Instagram? Mikey PW, you're still with us. Good to see you. Austin Tank, Craig, Rice, Eddie Corrigan, Drew Rowe, Jimbo, Meek, and Tom Developer. Hi, Antoinique. Great to see you on Twitch. Got some new Twitch people tonight. It's lovely. Gareth, how you doing, man? I didn't realise it was you that said Centipede. And we've got someone called S on X. I love it. I love it. Succinct, straight to the point. Just like the first question in tonight's Rad Quiz. So here we go. Question number 2. Which popular The Gadget Show host got their terrestrial TV break on The Big Breakfast? So our first question was about The Big Breakfast, and the second one is 2. Was it Otis, Susie Perry, John Bentley, or me? There's a question. I don't normally reference myself in the quiz, but I thought I would this week. But is it me? Is it Otis, Susie Perry? I can see all of them on there. I can see John Bentley doing a kind of boffins slot on The Big Breakfast, or some kind of reading the news style thing. Susie Perry, definitely. Oh my God, Susie Perry would have been an amazing host of The Big Breakfast, don't you think? And Otis too. Otis did loads of stuff before he got onto The Gadget Show. You know what? He also, at one point, didn't he do... Actually, I'm not going to say that because it might prejudice things. I'm going to leave it there. You have a think. Pop your choice down in chat and we will move on to the next question. Wow, it's a little bit loud. Right. Okay, question number 3. If you've just joined, by the way, welcome to the Way of the Exploding Show. It's great of you to come. We're here every Sunday, 9 p.m. Unless anything gets in the way, which sometimes it does, but generally we're here. And if not, I have been known to make up doing the show live on a Saturday or even a Friday. Generally, though, Sundays, 9 p.m, I'm here talking about all things 80s and 90s. You've just missed the news. That was fun. We were talking about Atari's brand new portable games machine, which I actually had a video of me using this week in London. And weirdly enough, we talked about Skibidi Toilet. That's the quality content you can expect here every week on Way of the Exploding Show. But right now, I popped it up there momentarily. But this is question number 3 in the quiz, which is now going to run until just before 10 o'clock this evening. Which British comedian voiced the character of Count Duckula in the 80s animated series? Or was it Harry Enfield? Was it the voice of David Jason? Was that a Rowan Atkinson character? Or maybe Lenny Henry? Let me know. I'm trying to get my mouse over to the other side of the screen. Is it working? Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. Hi, all in Twitch. That's the value of having your chat on screen. So there are the options. Pop it in chat. Pop it in. Let me see what you're thinking. Great stuff. Mikey, how you doing? How's Insta hanging in there for you, Mikey? How's it holding out? It's never that stable. I don't know why. It must be because it's like it's a third party thing. I don't know why. The multi-stream solution that I use maybe doesn't work that well with Twitch, but with Instagram, but it works well on Facebook, X, Twitch, and YouTube. Okay, question number 3 is done. Question number 4. What is the name, this gets harder, of the ship you control in R-Type? Is it called the Vic Viper? Is it called the R90 Ragnarok? Are you controlling an R9A Arrowhead? Or maybe the Thunderblade? Which of those sounds right? Very specific. Not all questions are universally straightforward on this show. Tell you what's interesting while you try and answer that. Let me ask you a question, because you're an erudite bunch. Do we feel that all main characters need an arc? I'm talking movies. Do we feel that all main characters need an arc? So the central character, maybe their love interest, maybe their kind of wingman or wingwoman. Those three characters, arcs are pretty much required. But what about some of the more ancillary characters, the quirky characters? What do we think? How many characters have an arc? I watched the film, weirdly enough, I watched Yes Man. I watched the film Yes Man this week, and this weekend, with Jim Carrey, based on the book by Danny What's-His-Face, who we actually had on. He came in audition for The Gadget Show. Can you believe that? I met him. He's a nice man. Very intelligent chap. He wrote a book called Yes Man, and it was made into the film with Jim Carrey. Can you believe that? Can someone put his name in chat? I'm being really rude. And anyway, I'll tell you another connection after that film, actually getting a little bit carried away. I'll read that in a minute, John Boy. What's the guy's name? Danny What's-His-Face? Wallace. Danny Wallace, innit? Has anyone... I beat you guys to it. I don't believe it. I must be on the ball tonight. Danny Wallace, comedian and sort of TV face, wrote that book, and it turned into a movie. And in the end credits of the movie, not in the movie itself, in the end credits, as you can probably tell, it's about a man that says yes to everything. He has these mad adventures, like he goes bungee jumping and he does stupid things because he can't say no. At the very end of the credits, he goes down a mountain on a bodysuit covered in rollerblades. It's got like 30 wheels, and he's going down, he's lying on the floor and he's going down there. Supposedly, it's probably a stuntman, isn't it? With his co-host, his love interest from the movie. Anyway, the Gadget Show researchers saw that film when I was doing the Gadget Show, and they thought, oh, I know what we'll do. We'll get Jace over to France, down a mountain, in that suit from Yes Man. We actually did it on the Gadget Show, and it was one of the coolest things I've ever done. It was amazing. And also, I can rollerblade, so I was able to rollerblade, dive onto my chest, roll onto my back. Absolutely awesome. Anyway, why am I mentioning this? Because I wanted to say that, as an example, the characters that had arcs in that movie were obviously the Jim Carrey character. His love interest, because she could never commit. He never said yes to anything. Then he ends up finding out his arc is that you should say yes and no from the heart. You should make decisions that are real, right? But you certainly shouldn't say just one or the other. She learns to commit, and his best mate, who's called Norm, who's his boss but wants to be his best friend, finds a friend for life in someone else. They're the arcs. But do all characters need an arc? And if so, how many of them, and what sort of arcs? Because I've got a couple of characters in the script, and it's been pointed out to me that I might need to arc one of them, and I'm just not sure. It's an interesting quandary. You don't seem to be giving me a great deal of feedback about this. I'm wondering if I'm just nattering onto myself. Other than John Boy, who said that Jason Statham is a legend. The Crank films are some of the greatest contributions to cinema ever. Epic, absolutely epic. But then Johnny Boy did preempt that by saying, you definitely need an arc, otherwise they're all Jason Statham characters. Yeah, the problem is, Addicted to Retro, that if you graft an arc onto a character just so there's a sense of kind of resolution, you end up with everyone finding love, or you end up with these same things. Whereas what I hope about the film that we're making is that it is a little bit different, that it has a bit more quirk. It's a bit more quirky. It has a little bit more colour and texture than your standard Hollywood offering. Otherwise, why did we not just go down the Hollywood route and go and get it funded by a production company? Do you know what I mean? Rumour has it, according to Kev, Jason Statham sells lovely honey. How very, very interesting. Have you seen Statham's Commonwealth Games? Why are we talking about Jason Statham? This is very funny. Commonwealth Games diving footage. What? He was a diver, was he? Was he really? Skewy Cat, a character's personality projection can be used in place of an arc, in my honest opinion. Interesting. We need Ray Daly Writer in tonight, don't we? Thank you, Skewy Cat. Interesting. If you come up with any wisdom in the course of this quiz, let me know. Question number 5 in tonight's quiz. Name the starting ship that you first had in Elite in the 1984 original. So it's the original game of Elite. You're playing it on, I don't know what, BBC Micro, whatever it is. What's the ship that you've got? What's it called? The Cobra Mark III, the Viper Mark III, the Diamond Mark III, or the Thunder Mark III? Yes, apparently Bruce said that Jason Statham represented England in the Commonwealth Games. I had no idea. Well, he's certainly got the physique for it, hasn't he? My God. He's incredibly hench, I think is the phrase. Lots of people in chat answering the questions. Good to see if you just joined. Hello. Okay, we're going to move on from question number 5 to question number 6. Which one of these female artists wrote about a famous 1930s female movie star in a song in 1981? So the song's from 1981, and it's on the subject of a famous 1930s female movie star. Am I talking about Kim Cairns, Tracy Chapman, Sheena Easton, or Cyndi Lauper? Ian, interesting point. Maybe their arc completes in the sequel. Now that is interesting. How interesting you should say that, because I was just thinking the same thing. In regard to Sarah Connor. In the first Terminator movie, Sarah Connor is, frankly, not someone you want, as your only hope. Yeah, she's useless. That's the whole point of the character, right? She's a very polite waitress driving happily through, I guess it's Los Angeles, on her bicycle, dressed in a 1950s kind of diner outfit. She gets the mickey taken out of her by the customers, putting scoops of ice cream into her pocket and stuff. She couldn't hurt a fly, right? And even when someone comes backwards through time to save her life, she still doesn't believe him and tries to escape him, right? And then at the end, she is transformed of the first film into somewhat of a badass. She's got the headband on and she's in the Jeep, isn't she? And she goes off into the desert, knowing that at some point she's going to have a child and she's going to have to do absolutely everything she can to keep it alive, right? But then the opening of Terminator 2, a bit like, I think Terminator 2 is a bit like Aliens in the way that it kind of goes like up the badass scale. And it's a kind of militarized version of the first one, even though the first one's very action-based, the first Terminator. But also the opening is really spectacular. And she is in a mental institution, and she's doing pull-ups. She's got big muscles. She's really, really muscular. She uses her kind of charm to lull the psychologist into a false sense of security, and then stabs him with a pen. She's amazing, right? So I agree, Ian. Her arc resolves, or not resolves, but gets to a significant point at the beginning of show number 2, film number 2. I'll turn that off so that I do not disturb, and so you can concentrate on the quiz. Right, okay, so you've given your answers to question number 6. Thanks for that, Ian. Took me off on a tangent, but I like it. Question number 7. All the old paintings on the tomb, they do the sand dance, don't you know? Where's that from? Is that a lyric from Bananarama's Cruel Summer? Are we talking about a lyric from Bangles, Walk Like Egyptian, an Egyptian? Is that from Adam and the Ants' Goody Two Shoes? Or could it be Tony Basil? Mikey. It's just a strange name, Tony Basil, and spelt like that as well. iQuell, Terminator 2 is one of my favourite films of all time. Absolute classic. Johnny Boy, I'd say the story calls for a character arch, then yeah. But if the story script explains itself, then it might be too much. Sometimes less is more. Thank you very, very much. I like that. Well done, Mike. You're doing okay at the moment. I don't think they always need an arc, says Elu. Lovely of you to contribute to the conversation. I appreciate that. Things can happen to people, and their unchanging nature can be just as powerful. That's very interesting. I think you're right. One of the things that I think with this character, Elu, is she's a very strong female character. Her name is Martha, and she's a tech expert. And she's also a streamer, which is quite interesting. And one of the things that I did say in response to this feedback was she's kind of complete at the beginning of the film, and it's her completeness that is a bit of a rod that everyone else can lean on, you know. Interesting, great, interesting conversation. I knew that you lot wouldn't let me down. Question number 7. Now question number 8 in tonight's Rad Quiz. Which of these games would you say Moonwalker, the game, is most similar to in gameplay style? Gameplay style. Shinobi is Moonwalker the game on the console. Importantly, I'm talking about the console version. Most similar to Shinobi, Paperboy, Mega Man, or Shenmue. Which of those do you think? If you know, well, I'm not going to say anything. There is a way of working out the correct answer to that question. I saw that Tiny Devil Games. I think you're absolutely right. That's my issue. What do you think about Martha? Maybe you should let me know. Maybe you should let me know when we have our chat. Should we chat on Tuesday? I would chat tomorrow, but I've got a lot of meetings tomorrow. Tuesday would be good if you're up for that. So we'll talk about that. Cool. That's question number 8. Brilliant. Question number 9. Here we go. Right. Which of Michael Jackson's songs does not play in his Moonwalker game? Okay, now I'm going to make this straightforward. I'm going to say the arcade version because I'm sure they're the same. The playlist is the same. When one was licensed, it's just that there is a difference between the two. You know, the Moonwalker console game is different, albeit also similar to the arcade game. I'm talking about the arcade game here. Which of these tunes do you not hear when you're playing in the arcade of Moonwalker? I know it's difficult, but that's the fun of the quiz. Smooth Criminal, Bad, Billie Jean, or Earth Song? Which does not feature? Ian saying they never managed to beat the final boss on Moonwalker. Thank you, Skewy. Interesting stuff. Question number 9. And the final question in tonight's Rad Quiz. Jackson also appeared as a secret character in which other game? So not Moonwalker, another game. Ready to Rumble Boxing Round 2, and that's only smaller so I could fit it in. Jet Set Radio. Crazy Taxi. Or Crazy Taxi 2. So a wide range, a diverse range of questions covering movies, TV, UK TV this week, music as always, and plenty of gaming questions. Okay, so Admiral Thunber. The shocking gaming news was that I found and had hands on the Atari Game Station Go. That's what the shocking game news was. Were you here for that earlier? If so, that's what it was. The shock is it's absolutely brilliant, and I'm definitely buying one, and everyone should get one because it represents one of the best hardware, conversions, modern conversions of retro 80s 90s content that I've ever seen. It's so beautiful. The screen is so clear. The controls, the spinner, the trackpad give access to a level of control on old school games that I've simply never had since the 80s. Since owning an Atari 2600 or playing in the arcade. So excited. Because, of course, the Atari 2600 came with a spinner, didn't it? Do they call it a paddle? Brilliant. Okay, there we go. So question number 10 is the final question in tonight's Rad Quiz. Well done, ladies and gentlemen. You've done an absolutely sterling job. We're going to go back to the beginning now, and we're going to race through, and we're going to find. Now, I anticipate we're going to have some 10 out of 10ers today. I thought that when I put the quiz together, I thought we're going to do well. Okay, is everyone ready? Let's go. Let's find out what the answers are to tonight's first question, question number 1. In which year did The Big Breakfast first air on Channel 4? The correct answer was 1992. So if you put that, give me a 1/1, meaning that you got 1 right out of 1. That is not correct, Kev, but I like the cheek. It's cool. I don't even know what a Pioneer Opus Quad is. Is that like a DJ mixing desk, is it? 1 out of 1 for Addicted to Retro. Bruce gets 1 out of 1 too. Not quite there yet, Tiny Games. Thank you, Skewy. So this is one of those questions that, really you're guessing, aren't you? Unless you remember. I mean, I know that the Big Breakfast was a 90s thing. So I would have been able to narrow it down to 50% chance, but I probably wouldn't have known. Lots of zeros from Antonique to Skewy Cat, John Boy, Kev, Flash, Eds too. You missed the first 2 questions, dude. I'm so sorry. Ellie Lou, how are you doing? Trust your gut. Thank you, Ellie Lou. Love that with regard to the script. Interesting feedback. Okay, we're going to move over to question number 2. Here we go. Let's go back to our original and new UK Garage playlist. Question number 2. Which popular The Gadget Show host got their terrestrial TV break on The Big Breakfast? It was me! It was me! I thought that you'd probably know that. Yeah, I signed a 2-year deal with Planet 24. And I did, I was like the stand-in guy. Like, if one of the presenters wasn't well or was going on holiday, I would step in. I never hosted the main house. I was always the kind of, whatever, there was a name for it, I can't remember. Can you remember what it was? The out and about guy. Richard Orford did it for a while. That Australian comedian did that too, and I did it several times. I remember going snowboarding live on The Big Breakfast and coming down a mountain on a paella pan in a toga. Did you watch it back in the day, bros? That's crazy, isn't it? Did I go in the shed? Did I go in the shed? I can't remember. I went in Zig and Zag's bedroom, I'll tell you that much. Okay, so give us a 2 out of 2. If you got 2 out of 2, give us the scores. 1 out of 2 for Skewy, Quail, Addicted, Rob, S, Bruce, Ian, Johnny, Ed's still on 0. You can do it though, mate. Putty 2, and Antonique. And now we move to question number 3. Which British comedian voiced the character of Count Duckula in the 80s animated series? It was, of course, none other than also the voice of Danger Mouse, David Jason. Am I being thick? Was David Jason also the voice of Danger Mouse, or was it Penfold? Anyway, I know that he was one of the voice talents on Danger Mouse, but we're talking about Count Duckula, and that was David Jason, if you got that right, as many of you did, looking at your scores. Kev gets 2 out of 3. I Quail 2. Bruce, Addicted. Well done, Antonique. So that's 1 out of 3, I'm guessing. Ian, Rob. I Quail. It was Danger Mouse, yeah. Tiny Devil Games. Yeah, made it to the points. Yay! Well done. Question number 4 in tonight's Rad Quiz. Here's the answers. Here's the question again, the answer. What is the name of the ship you control in R-Type? I'm going to be honest with you. If it wasn't Quizmaster, I wouldn't have got this. The answer is the R9A Arrowhead. Oh, Hitchhiker's Guide radio show. I should have to look that up. Is that available on some sort of podcast download? That'd be great, Rob H. Brilliant stuff. Question number 4, and the answer is Arrowhead. So what have we got? We've got 3 out of 4 for Quail. Addicted, Bruise. Terry Scott was Penfold, says Derek. Thank you. Rob. What have you got, Rob? 3 out of 4. Ian, 3. Ed's 1. Well done, Ed's. S is on 3 now. Very, very good. Have I missed anyone out? Johnny boy. How are you doing? 2 out of 4. Over to Instagram. It'll be a little bit delayed, but we'll give it a go. Hello, Insta. Hello, Nick Smith. Melissa. One Punch Rob. Wow. Are you like a Wing Chun kind of guy? We've got Magic Callum. That's nice. I like that. I used to have a friend who was a magician, and his name was Ian. I'm not making this up. And he called himself Magic Ian. Okay, there we go. Balls backed out and lost previous chat to see my answers. Ian. I'm sorry, mate. I don't know what to do about that. I'm going to have to move on, I think. Question 5. Name the starting ship in Elite 1984. Of course, it's so iconic. You even get to see it in the latest version of Elite. What's it called? The latest version of Elite, the super duper one. I was playing that recently on Steam. I can't remember. Is it Elite Dangerous? Is it? What's it called? I can't remember. Anyway, there's like a reference to the Cobra Mark III. Cobra Mark III is the correct answer. Yeah, Elite Dangerous. It's good that with the VR helmet on. Okay, what have we got scores-wise? 3 out of 5 for Putty, 4 for Skewy, 2 for Antonique. Well done, Antonique. Tiny Devil Games 3 looking very healthy, but not as healthy as iQuell at 4, and Addicted to Retro, both looking absolutely pucker, along with Bruise, also getting 4 out of 5. Ian, what have you got, my friend? 4 out of 5. Rob has got 4 out of 5. S has got 3 out of 5. Johnny Boy 3. Eds has got 2. As we move on to question number 6, here we go. Which one of these female artists wrote a famous song about a 1930s movie star? The song was written in 1981. You knew it. Betty Davis Eyes by Kim Carnes. The 1930s movie star in question was Betty Davis. And boy, does she have some beautiful eyes. I was fact checking it. I was only getting, black and white photos of Betty Davis, but she's a beautiful, amazing face, amazing actress. 5 out of 6 for Ian and for iQuail. 4 for Tiny, 5 for Bruise. Well done. Puttycats gets 4. Eds gets 3. S gets 4. Epic stuff. Number 3 in our UK Garage brand new playlist, party people. We like that. Quickly check Insta and I'll put it up there. No, we're good. Right, okay, so here's a lyric for you. All the old paintings on the tomb, they do the sand dance, don't you know? All the old paintings on the tomb, they do the sand dance, don't you know? It is, of course, the Bangles. Walk like an Egyptian, party people. Four out of 7 for Antonique. Well done. 4 out of 6. iQuell 6 out of 7. Addicted 6 out of 7. Bruised the same. Putty and Tiny Devil Games 5 out of 7. Ian 6. Kev Flash 4 out of 7. S 5. Rob 5 out of 7. This tune is so goddamn funky I can almost not focus. Okay, if I missed you out, don't worry, I'll get to you in a minute. Trending username, great to meet you on Instagram, Malletman8191. Go over to X or YouTube, or I should say that actually, that's what I should say, because I get loads of people on Insta, but then I think the actual streaming quality is not great on Insta. You can come and see us on X, YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook. Right now, folks, right now we're multicasting, although you kind of missed the party. You can come in for the last few minutes of the quiz. Question number 8, we're running down the answers. Which of these games would you say the console version of Moonraker is most similar to in gameplay style? Remember I said there's something that if you know will make it easy to work out. It's that it's a Sega game, like the game it is definitely based on. It's been confirmed. Shinobi. If you said Shinobi, give yourself a point. Points out of 8. Kev was so confident. Was it Kev? They awarded themselves a point because they knew before I even stated the answer that it was indeed Shinobi. My eye is for Ian, so this stream is missing with my head. Messing with my head. Kev, 4 out of 8. Skewy, 7 out of 8. I Quail, the same. Unaddicted. Tiny Devil Games, 6. Bruise, 93. The home computer version was very different. 7 out of 8. 7 for Ian. 5 for Rob. 5 for S. And 6 out of 8 for Puddycat. Yeah. And 4 out of 8 for Eds. Johnny Boy. Get 6 out of 8. Oh yeah, baby. Love it. Okay, question number 9. Here we go, we're almost there. Which of Michael Jackson's songs does not play when you play Moonwalker? It's like Zap. It's like Zap, innit? But, yo, Roger Troutman, you know what I mean? California, that sort of thing. Oh, man, that's just too good. That is too good. Right, the answer is, of course, Earth Song does not play on that game. Smooth Criminal, bad. Billie Jean, all do. 5 out of 9 for Kev Flash. Antonique, 5. Skewy Cat, 8. You're moving too quickly for me. I'm going to go over here. Puddycat, 7 out of 9. And Tiny Devil Games. Then 8 for Bruce, iQuail Addicted, and Ian. Well done, Ian. S gets 6 out of 9. Rob gets 5. Ed gets 5. Drop it over to Instagram. Good to see you. Hi, British Splendour. I like your name. Carl GX. Ian Campbell. Ian Campbell! How you doing, brother? You know what that means? Most of the chat don't. Chisler114. Nice to see you. And My Gaming Life. We're in the final moments of Way of the Exploding Show, my friends, which I bring to you every Sunday at 9 p.m. from an old VHS copying facility in a secret bunker. And this week's been a good show. We've talked about the Toy Fair and some of the cool retro 80s, 90s, and especially gaming-related merch, gadgets and tech that I saw this week. We've chatted about character arcs and how they affect, how it might affect some rewrites to the movie that is the sponsor of this show. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Control AI Delete. Most of you have already contributed to the movie. 800 of you has done so and made it happen. We're going into production. Well, we're in production now, but we're going to actually be filming it in about 12 weeks' time. And it's all thanks to you. But if you want to get on board, you can buy stuff like this cool mug. Things are still available. Go over to controlai.delete.net. And of course, we've also done a quiz. I've given you the answer to the penultimate question, but what about the final question that will decide? I'm pretty sure we're going to have more than one winner. Before we get there, let's just have a look. What have we got? Have we got any 8 out of 9ers? So in contention for the win at the moment is Addicted to Retro, Ian Ansell, iQuail, Bruce, Skewy Cat. And I think that's it. In contention for the win, boys, as we play the final track on our new playlist for this show. 90s in origin, but UK Garage in flavour. Jackson also appeared as a secret character in which game? Was it Ready to Rumble Boxing Round 2? Was it Jet Set Radio? Or was it one of the Crazy Taxi games? Crazy Taxi or Crazy Taxi 2? Well, not many of you knew this, I noticed. So we could drop a few of our contenders. Maybe even have one winner this week. Maybe no winners. I don't know. We're going to find out because the answer was... Ready to Rumble Boxing Round 2. Give yourselves a round of applause if you got that right. Now sound off in chat. Let me see what you got out of 10. I want to see who the winners or the winner is. The winners are, or the winner is this week. With 8 out of 10, Skewy Cat. Antonique gets a very respectable 6 out of 9. Maybe we'll have a look at what you got out of 10 in a minute. Addiction Retro gets 9. iCrowd gets 9. 7 for Tiny Games. 8 for Buddy. 9 out of Bruce gets 9. Have we got a winner? 9 for Ansel. Only question that tripped me was you. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Ed, 6. Great show as always. Your efforts are appreciated. And your efforts are appreciated, Eds. 6 out of 10. I can't believe it. We were set up to have one of our biggest all-time crowd wins of the entire run of 50 shows on the Way of the Exploding Show. I cannot believe... I'm not getting this wrong, am I? I haven't missed the point. We only got to 9 out of 10. Oh my God, it's an absolute... Well, it's a huge result, that. I mean, it's great. So many of you did so well, but I was convinced that we'd have more than one 10 out of 10er this week. It wasn't your week, folks. It wasn't, but next week it will be, okay? Thank you so much. I can see all of your chat coming in. It's been great spending some time with you. I'm gonna we'll maybe do a bit of an update about the film next week. I'll try and pull some things together, some visuals, show you what we've been doing. I'm hoping to get up to Lincolnshire, maybe even this week. So that could be quite fun. And there's some other bits and pieces going. And I'll tell you as well how I resolved that character art situation that many of you were so helpful with. So that is it. That is it from me. I'd like to say thank you so much to all of you for joining me. As we end a perfectly timed stream just about kind of maybe a little bit after 10 o'clock. But don't worry, have a great week, and I will be back same place, same time next week for more Way of the Exploding Show shenanigans. Have a great week. Good night.